Hey guys, so today I have for you a review on the book I just finished reading yesterday. It's called Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, Y-O-O-N. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I did do another book review a few days ago on The Haunting of a Sunshine Girl by Paige McKenzie. If you have not seen that yet, I will list that video down below so you can go check it out. I'm going to do the same thing like I did last time. I'm just going to read the synopsis on the back of this book, and then I'll give you a warning when I'm going to talk more detailed about this book, so you don't get spoiled if you have not read this book. I really wanted to read this before the movie came out. The movie is already out. I mean, before I watched the movie. I usually like to read the books. If there's a movie coming out based on a book, I usually like to read the book before watching the movie. So anyway, so let's get into the review. Alright, this says, my disease is rare as it is famous. Basically, I'm allergic to the world. I don't leave my house, have not left my house in 17 years. The only people I ever see are my mom and my nurse Carla. But then one day a moving truck arrives next door. I look out my window and I see him. He's tall, lean, and wearing all black. Black t-shirt, black jeans, black sneakers, a black knit cap that covers his hair completely. He catches me looking and stares at me. I stare right back. His name is Ollie. Maybe we can't predict the future, but we can predict some things. For example, I, Maddie, am certainly going to fall in love with Ollie. It's almost certainly going to be a disaster. I really did enjoy reading this. I thought it was really good. I kind of read this in like 2 days. It was a fairly quick read for me. So yeah, so now I'm going to talk more in depth about what this book is about. So if you have not read this, please close out of the video now. I do not want to spoil this for you whatsoever, so I'll give you a second to exit out and then we'll get into this. Okay, as you know, it is about a girl named Madeline. She's, Ollie calls her Maddie, and then about her mom and Carla. Her mom is a doctor and Carla is a nurse, and pretty much Maddie has had this condition, which she's pretty much allergic to everything ever since she was a child. About 4 months old, I think. She lost her dad and her brother in, I think, a car accident. So ever since then, she was pretty much allergic to everything. She got really sick shortly after, and so pretty much her mom hired a nurse as well to help kind of take care of her. And then, as I said in the synopsis, Ollie moves in the next door and she's willing to risk everything just to get to know him, to be with him. And yes, she does fall in love with him as he does with her. He's always so worried about her. They first connect by email, IMing each other all the time, getting to know each other. And it was actually it's kind of a really cute little fun story. A little bit of comedic. There was a couple of pages that, kind of made me chuckle here and there. I thought it was really cute. But later on, she starts to get restless. And she really wants to venture out and or really wants to meet him. And Carla, her nurse, she confides into her, and Carla actually helps Maddie, actually meet Ollie in person, because their house is like this vacuum sealed house, so you have to go through a decontamination before you can enter the house. And that's exactly what Carla did with Ollie, and she made a strict rule they cannot touch each other whatsoever, because there is a risk that she might get sick. So they do that a couple of times, and there was one day where Ollie was in a fight with his dad. His dad is an alcoholic. He's very violent, and Maddie and her mom they hear screaming. And so when they look out the window and they see that Ollie and his dad are fighting, Maddie immediately just rushes out of the house into the outside, tried to stop it. And that was at the point where her mom begins to realize she knows this boy. She tells her mom everything. And she pretty much she fires Carla. She just locks her up in the house and makes sure she never gets out. And because of this, Maddie does eventually rebel, and she runs away with Ollie, like a vacation type, to Hawaii. And she winds up having a really good time, they both do, but she winds up getting sick. And so when she was rushed into the emergency room, her mom, she eventually winds up back with her mother. And the only reason why she got sick was because the way that she was raised. And because of the way she was raised, her immune system isn't, capable of fighting off any bacterias and whatnot. So her immune system is very low, very weak, almost to like an infant. And Maddie gets an email from the physician or the doctor that took care of her in the hospital. She got some results back and realizes Maddie did not have what her mother said she had, and that she recommended that she got a second opinion from someone else, and not have her mother as her physician anymore. She's like, there is a reason why families should not be physicians to their own kids. Now this is exactly what this is pretty much what she said in this book. That's what the physician said in here. So don't leave any hate comment or anything like that, because that's what I said. That's exactly what she said in this book. And so Maddie she's in shock pretty much. She's like, I never had this disease. Then why was I told this? So she tried to confront her mother about it. And her mother just like, oh, don't get your hopes up and everything. I just did not want you to get your hopes up, over and over. And she's pretty much trying to convince her not to believe this doctor. So her mother does eventually rehire Carla back, and she confides in Carla. And Carla kind of always had suspected it. She feels like there's something wrong with the mother. So she kind of takes action pretty much. She sends off blood work to another doctor, and sure enough, that doctor confirmed that she does not have what her mother said she had. Pretty much her mom grew into this very, very overprotecting mother, which there's nothing wrong with that, but she took it too far. So she made up a disease. Well, it's not really a made up disease. There is such a thing. It's just she made that up for her, saying, oh, you have this, in order just to keep her in this bubble, because, she was the only thing she had left, the only thing that she had left. She lost her husband and she lost her son, so she was just trying to protect her, and because of that, that's the reason why she acted out. Maddie acts out. So anyways, so once her mother starts to realize she's knowing the truth and everything, she pretty much shuts her mom out for a little while, because she's finding it hard to forgive her. And then she slowly does, in a way, but she just needs a break. So she just needs time to, to think things through. And the doctor does tell her she needs to take caution little by little. She cannot expose herself to the outside so quickly. She needs to build up her immune system. So she, slowly exposes herself, but she realized she wanted to go see Ollie, because Ollie they wound up not talking to each other. Shortly after they get back from Hawaii, she just felt heartbroken. She's like, I almost died, I can't do this to him. And so she kind of just stops talking to him. So after finding out, the truth about herself, she does email Ollie, and she winds up actually after talking to her doctor, even though her doctor didn't recommend it, he didn't feel comfortable with it, he still gave her the okay to go ahead and fly to New York, and she does, and she winds up meeting Ollie again. So, and that was pretty much the end of the book. Once again, like I said, I thought it was a really good book, so I'm really curious to see how this movie turns out. I'm not sure if it's still out in theaters or not. I'm pretty sure I missed it because I know it came out last month. So, like I said, I wanted to read the book before I saw the movie, so I'm just going to wait until it comes out on DVD and whatnot. So, but anyways, I really do recommend this. I thought it was a great book. It's so cute. So, yeah, in a way, it's kind of like a romantic, but it's just got a little bit of everything, in my opinion. A little bit of drama, romance, and a little bit of comedics, or I should say comedy, but because it did make me laugh here and there. The way that Ollie and Maddie just communicate with each other kind of cracks me up sometimes. But anyways, once again, I do highly recommend this if you have not read it already. And I actually bought this off of Amazon this time, surprisingly. It was actually cheaper on Amazon than it was Barnes & Noble. So because I really liked this book, I thought the author actually did a really good job, you know, writing out the story and the characters. A part of me did wish that the story actually went on a little bit longer. I really hope that she comes out with a sequel, if there isn't one already, I should say. So if there isn't one already, I hope there is a sequel, and because I kind of want to know how their life continues on, you know, once they meet up in New York, now that she's, you know, slowly getting out after being raised in a protected bubble, so to speak. So yeah. And I also want to read more from this author. I do see another book that's listed on the back of this called The Sun Is Also a Star. So I don't know what that is about yet. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, so go get this if you haven't already. And yeah, and then my next book I'm going to read is the second book of The Haunting of a Sunshine Girl. I can't remember the exact title, but it's the second book. I've got that, and I'm going to be reading that next, so that'll be my next review in the next few weeks, just whenever. I'm not sure when I'll finish that, so, but I'll be starting that very soon, so look for that in an upcoming video. So yeah, if you really liked this video and you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. I will continue to do more of these. And please share this video if you haven't already. That will definitely help me out. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will talk to you guys very soon.